Good morning. I am Buta Biberaj, and I'm a resident in Loudoun County. And I look around me today and I think, what a beautiful spring day. There's a light breeze blowing, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and my heart is breaking. My heart is breaking because I see all around me that the world is not in a good place. And I say this: we need to band together to do what is right. We all suffered through watching the murder of George Floyd. And what we saw 10 minutes of a pseudo-lynching take place in the public forum. And what we have to do is we have to look at what exactly that communicated to our community. And we have to look at the fact that what happened is for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, we all saw a man put his knee on George Floyd's neck and hold him in that position as he cried out for help. Please stop. I can't breathe. And the ultimate request or prayer for his mother who had predeceased him, that was the biggest communication to us that we need to get together and change this. And this is what we're calling about society. For starters, let's make it very clear that when we start talking about law enforcement who kill people, who kill African American men by the use of excessive force, we are definitely talking about a minority. But that doesn't mean that that is not something that we should be calling out. Most importantly, we should not be calling them out ourselves solely and alone. We should be calling them out side by side with law enforcement, with their brethren in blue. Because actions like this jeopardize the safety of our community and the safety of our law enforcement community, because it degrades the trust that we have or we should have in our law enforcement. When we saw a knee to the neck that was sustained for a period of 8 minutes and 46 seconds out in the public, that Mr. Chauvin knew was being recorded, knew was being witnessed, and that was not enough to stop him. The fact that we had 3 other officers engaged in assisting him in this murder and none of them stepped up to stop him, we have an issue with the culture. We have an issue where there is this silence amongst individuals who are afraid or who don't feel that they can help one another do the right thing. That's the culture that we need to change. Each one of those 3 individuals needed to do something. And I'm pissed because I don't know if I'm more mad at Chauvin or am I more mad at the other 3 who were there who should have said something, said, man, even from a self-preservation, stop. People are watching. They got cameras. This is going to be on public TV. Your mother may see you be doing this, yet never did it. They didn't step up to do the right thing, which was to protect one of our own. And when I say one of our own, it's one of our own who is a human being. They needed to step up and they didn't step up. And then for a period of 2 minutes and 53 seconds after, the officers determined that Floyd did not have a pulse, the knee to the neck continued. Where's the humanity? Where's the recognition that that person whose neck your knee is on is... Where is the understanding that that is somebody's son? In this particular case, it is also somebody's father. It is somebody's brother. We can't allow this to continue to happen because it is not. Because it is us. Every one of these individuals who are dying at the hand of a wrongful death is a member of our, and as a member of our community, they need to understand that we are there with them and that we are not going to stand for the continuation of this matter. In Loudoun County, we are so super awesomely situated because this is not our normal day. However, please be mindful. This could be our day. We could wake up in the morning and see that this has happened in our community. And the only way that we're going to be able to suggest to the people in the positions of authority is by holding them accountable. And it's accountable is not after the fact is done, because no offense, that's too friggin' late. We don't need to see a dead person before we rise and we speak against it. We need to be on the front of it and say, what are the policies and the procedures that we have for use of force? What are the policies and procedures that we have for a review? What are the policies and the procedures that we have to retrain or separate somebody who is improperly violating those rules? That is the conversation we need to have today in Loudoun County. And we do it in honor of George Floyd. We do it in honor of every other person that has died a death that should have been prevented. And that is by being on the front side of this. We cannot wait for something to happen before we rise and say, oh, wow, our hearts are broken. I'm sorry. And then my prayers to the family. No offense. Prayers are not bringing back Mr. Floyd. Prayers are not allowing his kids to wake up this morning and have their father there. Prayers are not healing our communities. Prayers are not enough. So we need to rise and hold our communities accountable. We need to rise and hold one another accountable. And this is not just a matter of holding accountable somebody who's in a uniform, but this is a matter of holding ourselves accountable when we come out of our mouths and we say something that is offensive. We say something that is racist. We say something that dehumanizes or demonizes another human being. We can't do that, right? We have to call out one another when we do that so that we hear ourselves and we say the following. This is not acceptable. Not only is it not acceptable, but we are not going to permit it, because we are not going to wait for a dead person to be in our community before we say and we do something. That is not Loudoun County. Those are not our morals, those are not our ethics, and those are not our standards. We are going to stand firm on this. So take every opportunity that you have for you to be able to do the following. Have a voice. Use your voice. Share your voice. But be heard, because today is the best day that we can take the opportunity to say, we, Loudoun County, are not going to allow this to happen in our community. The way we stop it is not after the fact. It's on the front side. I introduced myself to you in the beginning of this live posting, and I said to you, my name is Buta Biberaj. That is all who I am. I'm just one person in Loudoun County, a county of 425,000 people. I also have the benefit of being an elected official. I represent the Commonwealth of Virginia, Loudoun County, through its Commonwealth Attorney's Office. I am the chief prosecutor, and I'm making this challenge to our community. I challenge you to do the following. My email is buta.biberaj@loudoun.gov. That is buta.biberaj@loudoun.gov. My cell phone number is 571-291-1202. Contact me. I want to know what your ideas are as to how we can make sure that this does not happen in Loudoun County. How do we hold our community accountable? How do we make sure that our kids can grow up and be safe? How can we make sure that every one of the members of our community, regardless of the color of their skin, can wake up in the morning, such as today, and say, what a beautiful day, and be guaranteed that at the end of the evening, they can say, what a beautiful night, and not have to worry about whether they or their loved ones do not come home. You have my contact information. I invite you. I want to have this conversation with you. And I want you to have this conversation with me. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is by joining our forces together. And our forces are for the betterment of Loudoun County. We're not waiting for something bad to happen. We want to make sure that we're preventing something bad from happening. I appreciate your interest. I look forward to your contact. and I want to have your action be part of our action.